TradingView is probably one of the best tools that you can master to take your trading and investing to the next level. And in this video, I'm going to take you through all the basics that you need from scratch to really take your trading game to the next level. Hi, I'm Martin. I'm the founder of Captain Crypto's Compass. I'm a trader and a professor at the Financial Freedom Academy. I am passionate about helping you to achieve financial freedom through the art and the gift of trading. I will be providing you with actionable technical analysis and insights on your favorite cryptocurrency projects to help you make better and more informed decisions. If you're ready to take your trading to the next level, you're in the right place. Now, TradingView, we've all been there. You go to Twitter and YouTube and you look at all your favorite technical analysis guys, your traders, and you look at their charts and you might be a little bit overwhelmed. You look at all the lines on the chart, the Fibonacci's and the moving averages and the stochastic RSI's and all these oscillators and lines at the bottom, and it might feel overwhelming. And that's completely normal. I remember I felt the first time I started using trading tools, it also felt a little bit overwhelming to learn how to use a new tool. It's kind of scary sometimes. But I'm here to take you from the beginning to show you the basics of how you can add indicators, add charts, save charts, add to your favorites, and how you can change the visual look and feel to suit your specific style and your own preference using TradingView. So this is your splash screen when you open up TradingView for the first time. It's tradingview.com, and you can see it has the search button, various assets and different things that you can look at, your products, communities, markets, news, brokerage, and all of that. And that's fantastic. You can go ahead and look at all of the various things that TradingView offers. But for this case, I'm going to show you how you can pull up a chart and really start adding your own indicators and saving that for future use. Now, the first thing that we need to do is we need to search for a specific asset. Now, if you click on the search box here, it'll bring up all the various assets that you can open on TradingView. Now, it has different categories. You see it has stocks, funds, futures, forex, crypto, etc. So if you're looking for a specific ticker symbol, let's say for argument's sake you're looking for Apple, and if you search on the all categories tab, it'll bring up all the charts on different brokerages and NASDAQ and all of that on TradingView that you can open the chart for. For argument's sake, if you just click on stocks, it'll only open up the stock platforms that currently is trading Apple. If you go to Apple, for example, and you type in AAPL for Apple, but if you go to crypto, for example, you'll see that it does not show you the NASDAQ Apple chart on the crypto category. It only shows the Pith Oracle for Apple on the crypto category list. So it's important when you are searching for an asset ticker symbol or an asset name to choose the correct category or just keep it at all. So for this case, for argument's sake, if we want to search for Bitcoin, we can either search Bitcoin by typing in the name, going to crypto, and it'll show you all the various charts available for Bitcoin, or you can even use the ticker symbol. So the ticker symbol for Bitcoin is BTC, so you can just type in BTC and it'll show up and bring up all the different brokerages that are currently actively trading Bitcoin. So this brings me to the next step, is we need to choose a specific brokerage that we can pull the chart up for. So in this case, if we can see we have Bitstamp and Coinbase and Binance and Bitfinex, Kraken, all of these different brokerages that you can choose to see their active trading chart. We can then choose different ones. Now, it's important here to choose a brokerage that has a lot of volume. If you choose an unknown brokerage, you might not have accurate volume data represented in that specific chart. So in this case, let's use the Binance one for Bitcoin US dollar. Now, if you click on this, it opens up the chart for you. Now, the first thing that you'll see is that it brings up a candlestick chart, with green candles representing price action moving up, the price closed higher than it opened, or red candles where the price closed lower than the open. And every candle represents a specific time period. So in this case, by default, TradingView opens up the time frame on the daily. So every candle represents 1 day's worth of trading action. If you change the time frame here, if you click on that icon there, you can change the time frame. You can see we can go and choose various different time frames, from 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 hour. And the important thing here is to just realize that if you change it to 1 week, for example, one candle will represent 1 week's trading activity. If you change it to the 1 hour chart, for example, one candle will represent 1 hour's worth of trading activity. Hey, hope you're enjoying the content so far. Please remember to hit the like button and the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. So this is important to just keep in mind when you are looking at your charts, is to choose a time frame that makes sense to you. So for this example, I'm going to choose the 1 week time frame as this example. So every candle will represent 1 week's worth of trading activity. Now, the first thing that I look at when I start a new trading platform is I do not like to have grid lines on my background. So the first thing that I'm going to change, I'm going to remove the grid line. So I just right click on the trading view, I go to settings, I go to canvas, and I remove the grid lines. I'm going to make that none. And you'll see immediately that it cleans up the chart a little bit for me. And then I only want to include indicators on my chart that I personally want to use. So you can see TradingView by default included the volume profile here. So I'm just going to remove that. Here in the top left hand corner, you'll see there's a volume button there. It shows you that this indicator is active on the chart. I'm going to remove that. So it just removes the volume to make it a little bit more cleaner. Then the next thing that I like to do is I want to move around the chart freely without it automatically spacing my chart for me. So how you do this is on the right hand corner, hover over the price action and just click on the A there, the auto fits to screen option. Disable that. And what this will allow you to do is when you click and drag on the chart now, it will not fit the price action to the chart. You will be free to move around as you please, especially when you start drawing and things like that. It makes it just easier to move around the chart without actively like resizing and auto fitting the data to screen. The next thing that I like to do when I'm trading crypto assets is I like to use the logarithmic chart because it just better represents the price action for me than the linear chart, taking, especially if you're moving from a small amount to a large amount, if you're moving using a time frame that has a lot of price action data, linear can sometimes clutter the chart a little bit. So I'm going to change my chart to the logarithmic scale by hovering over the price scale and clicking on the L for logarithmic, and that'll change the chart to the logarithmic scale. Now, once you've done that, you've removed the canvas, you've removed the auto fit, removed and changed it to the log scale. Now you can start freely moving around. It's not as busy, it's not as cluttered, and you have a blank canvas to work with. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is the difference between the indicators that you can add on TradingView. So we have oscillators, which are our trading indicators at the bottom of the chart, usually represented in lines at the bottom, and then overlays. And these are indicators that are overlaid on top of chart. So an example of an overlay would be a moving average, and an example of an oscillator would be an RSI. So let's add our first overlay indicator onto the chart so we can have a look at the moving averages. So to do this, you go in the top left hand corner, and there where it says indicators, you're going to click on indicators, and then it allows you to search. Now, what we're going to search for is the simple moving averages. So if you open up, type in simple, you'll see that it has simple moving averages is the one that I'm specifically looking for now. So I'm going to open up a favorite simple moving averages so I can come back to it more easily. So you'll see if I click on favorites now, it will put it there for me, and I'm going to click on this indicator. And once it does, it might bring up a pop-up. If you haven't logged into your TradingView account, or if you haven't created an account, this is the pop-up that it will bring, and it'll ask you to register an account. So go ahead and register an account, use your email, create a strong password, and create an account for your TradingView. So I'm just going to log in here. So now that you've logged in and created your account for TradingView by following the prompts on this specific splash box, you will have created your account and your settings will be saved to your account. So let's continue where we left off. Let's add that overlay indicator. So let's go to the favorites tab and let's click on the simple moving averages, and that'll bring up your simple moving averages. Now, the first thing, yours might look a little bit different to mine. So let me just change this back to defaults. So I can show you how to change these various settings. But this is an example of an overlay. You can see the different lines on the chart, and it shows you the different moving averages on the chart itself. So to change the settings, you'll see as you add an indicator, it adds to the left hand side of the chart. You can see there's the simple moving averages to the left. So if we want to change the look and feel of this, you can view and hide it on the chart. That's a very nifty little trick. Or you can change the settings and the look and feel. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to change the look and feel of this specific indicator. I only want 2 moving averages to be represented here, so I'm going to remove all the others just to make it a little bit more visually appealing for me, just to have the correct information. I'm going to change the color here to yellow, make it not transparent, make it a little bit thicker. Do the same here, make it a little bit thicker. The second one I want to make green, make it not transparent, and I make it a little bit thicker as well. And what this will do, it'll change the look and feel. So now you can see immediately I only have my 2 moving averages here. So if I go back to the settings, I want to make my yellow a 21 and I want to make my green the 50 SMA. So this is the 21 SMA simply means that it's the average of the previous 21 candles. So that would be the yellow line is 21 and the green line is the average of the previous 50 candles in a price action moving average line. So this is an example of adding an overlay indicator on top of the chart. Now if you want to add a oscillator, a good example of this is if we go to indicators and we type in RSI. The RSI is the relative strength index that helps you to visualize and see whether an asset is overbought or oversold. So you just type in RSI there, you can add it to your favorites if you'd like, and you just click on it. And this is an example of a oscillator, and this is an indicator that shows at the bottom of your chart. It's not displayed on top of the chart like an overlay is. It's at the bottom. Now this is also, you can also change the look and feel. It also look a little bit different at first. Let me just reset this to defaults. This is what yours will probably look like when you open it up for the first time. So if you want to change the settings to look like mine, just go to settings, you go to style. You're going to change the RSI line to green. You're going to make it a little bit thicker. You're going to remove the RSI based moving average line, and you're going to increase the upper band on the RSI. You're going to make that white. You're going to increase the size. It's going to leave it at 70, and you're going to make that a straight line. And then on the lower band, you can make that white, make it thicker, and make that a line as well. Hey, hope you're enjoying the content so far. Please remember to hit the like button and the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. So this is an example of an oscillator, an indicator that is displayed at the bottom of the chart. Now, the next thing we need to look at is our drawing tools. Now there, the TradingView at the left hand side here shows a lot of different tools and drawing tools that you can use. We have our, if you open up this drop down, you see we have trend lines and ray lines and trend angles and parallel channels, and this is something that you need to get familiar with. You can draw different things. So if I want to draw a trend line, for example, I can click on the trend line icon, click on the chart, and then draw a specific trend line. If I want to change the look and feel of this, I can just click on the trend line, click on the little cog, and I can change the style of this trend line. I can make the line a different color, I can change the thickness, or even change the opacity if I want. So that's very cool that you can change the look and feel of every single indicator that you put in the chart. If I want to create a parallel channel, for example, I can click there, create a parallel channel, click on the chart here, and draw a parallel channel for myself. So you can see how nifty and powerful these drawing tools are for TradingView. And if you want to change the look and feel of this, you can also just click on it, you go to settings, and you can change the colors, you can change the thickness, all of that to suit your own specific visual style. So go ahead and play around with all of these drawing tools. You'll see that the Fibonacci is over here. We have our Elliott wave counts. You know, if you click on that one, for example, you can start counting your Elliott waves if you want to, and that's also a very nifty little trick that you can start drawing on your chart. So this is also great that you can start drawing on the chart by using all these different drawing tools available to you. So go ahead, go through all of these, go and see which ones you like. For me, I also like the call out option, for example, so I can create a call out. So we can have a, let's say for argument's sake, a buy now exclamation mark, you know, with the little call out there. So that's also something that I use. So now you can see your charts are starting to take shape. You know what an overlay is, you know what an oscillator is at the bottom here. An oscillator is at the bottom, an overlay is on top of the chart. Your drawing tools, you can choose your different drawing tools and start drawing on top of the chart. Now a handy thing here is if you are a PC user, I don't know what the Mac hotkeys are, but if you hold in Control-Alt-H, it actually hides all of your drawn things on the chart. So if you want to Control-Alt-H, you can hide everything, or just press it again and it'll show you what you drew on the chart. So that covers the overlays, oscillators, and drawing tools. And the next thing that I want to do is make you aware of the favorites tab. Now, if you hover over your drawing tools, let's say for argument's sake, you use the trend line a lot, you can then favorite the trend line and it'll actually create a little favorites toolbox for you on the chart that allows you to quicker and more easily click on your favorite drawing tools without having to go to the left hand side here on the drop downs the whole time. It'll create a little toolbox for you here. So you can see every favorite I add adds that drawing tool to my favorites toolbox. So that's also another handy little thing that you can use. Now, the final thing that I want to show you is that once you've started creating a chart like this and you've started drawing and adding your indicators, and, let's say for argument's sake, you want a trend line here, you say, well, I can see there's a little bit of bearish divergence forming here, so let's make a call out. Let's add the call out to the favorites here. So, I can see some bearish divergence happening. You want to save this chart. So what I would then do in this case is this is where your watch list comes in. So let me just do that so you can see. We can change the color to, let's make that red, for example. That'll really stand out. But if you want to save this chart, you'll see on the left hand side here, let me just close that and open it again so you'll see there's a little button here that you can click and it says watch list. If you click on the watch list, it will actually open up your specific watch list that of previous charts that you've saved. Now, you might not have anything here at the moment, and that's perfectly fine. But if you want to add something to the watch list, all you need to do is when you hover over the symbol name here, go to the settings and scroll down and it says add this chart BTC USD to watch list. Hover over that and you can add it to a specific watch list. If you unclick that, you'll see there's nothing on the right hand side. If I add it again, you'll see that specific chart pops up on the right. So this is how you can add charts to your watch list, so you can easily go back to them and view different charts. So if I click on the Solana chart, for example, you can see that it opens up my Solana chart. If I open up the BTC chart, it'll open up that chart that we just made. So this is a great way of saving your charts to use at a later stage for quick and easy reference. You can also see that it has different sections here on the watch list. If you want to change a specific setting, you can just go to the watch list drop down here, and where it says add section, you can just click on add section and it'll add another section for you. If you double click on that, you can change the name to whatever you'd like. So this, for example, meme 2, whatever you want to call it, and this you can create different sections on your watch list for easy reference in the future. I hope I showed you a couple of things that you can use and to your advantage, that you can quickly draw and quickly use. And the idea here is to get comfortable in using TradingView. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button, hit the sub button, and hit the bell notifications. Also, remember to click the link in the description below to join my mailing list, where I'll be sending you free emails and trading videos, and also market report updates weekly to help you stay ahead of the herd. As always, this community would not be the same without you, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Peace and love. See you next time.